are back. The time is now.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome to NUFC Talk. We are live with the instant match reaction. All right, man, I have nothing to say, but I had to say something, don't I? So Newcastle United got beaten, as we usually do. Give up leads.
When we take an early lead.
We're taking an early lead. We give it away like it's Christmas, or almost Christmas, by the way. And yeah, well, I mean, that's exactly what we do. This is the team that we have formed, that Eddie Howe is in charge of. And it's very unfortunate, but all over the place. We have no purpose whatsoever. The first 5 minutes were great, and then the next 85 plus add-ons were absolutely rubbish. Although I wasn't really losing my mind at all about, the first half. Well, you could say we were poor, but it wasn't really, there's still could be positives, I guess if you will. Although some people didn't agree with that. And but the second half, I mean, we just no explanation whatsoever to the dross that we saw, to the muck that we saw on the pitch tonight from Newcastle United tonight. I mean, it's unbelievable. Lewis Miley is a right back. What is this? What is this? The right back position has been violated to no end by Newcastle United this season, by Eddie Howe. He's the one making the changes. We've seen Chow there, Tonali there. We've seen all kinds of players there. Miley today. We thought it was a mistake, but it wasn't. It was the truth. It was reality. He was there. He was there, literally playing right back. Harvey Barnes did what he had to do to put us above in the score sheet, but we threw it all. We threw it all in the trash. We threw it all in the trash, in the bin, if you would say, in the UK. So there you go. I mean, and listen, if you talk about Champions League, I guess we didn't need the 3 points, if you will. So I guess that's not so much of a negative, but it's how we lose. Gary was saying it, earlier. At the end of the live match commentary, that it's how we do it. We it's like we purposely just say, let's give up the game for fun. I mean, it was unbelievable to see. But let me get the baton. We're gonna bring in the phone line so people can have their say, and of course call in and vent their spleen, or defend what we saw today. There could be fans that want to do that. This is a channel where all fans can have their say. So Gary, what's your take on overall take on the game?
It's hard to find a positive. I mean, as Win said, the first 5 minutes you get that goal, and you think, oh, here we go. They've opened up the opportunity to actually, give us that spark. The changes didn't affect us much. The element of luck to the first goal, but you go out there and you get that little bit of a link, and you think, whoa, here we go. And then it's like from the 6th minute on, let's just defend. Let's just sit back as a five with players all over the park, and not really having an idea of where we are.
I kind of see myself on the screen.
I can see you, Andy. Well, we can hear you. We can hear you.
We can see you and hear you. So no worries, mate. Go on, Gary. Finish your point, please.
But it's just to me, like I said, if you're going to lose with a little bit of character. And again, it seems as though you've got players out there that have never played together at all. A few changes should not affect any side. Playing players that aren't in the natural position, yeah, I'll give you that. But again, you go with the 3 at the back, you play with wing backs. Murphy looked all over the shop in the first half, absolutely crazy. And the change should have happened in that first half. You could tell that it just wasn't happening. So you make a change. Even if you don't bring a sub on, you just go back to a normal. Get Tino back to a right back. Bring Barnes out, Burn out to the left back, and just say, you know what, lads, let's just sit and carry. Yeah. But the minute we weren't getting the ball out, when we did get the ball out, a simple 5 to 10 yard pass was going straight to Marseille. We were trying to play through players rather than round them. Didn't look like there was any running in this team. Didn't look like it looked like we played yesterday, never mind 72 hours ago. Which so did Marseille, by the way. It's not as if it was just, Newcastle that play. But they were hungry. You could see they wanted it more. But they were leaving so many gaps and so much open space behind them. And again, we talk about a team that likes to counter, that likes to get on. We knew what they were going to do. They like to push six bodies high up the field. They like to play on the halfway line. Why didn't we utilise the pace? Because to me, having Gordon drop into your defensive line isn't utilising what you've got and your capabilities. Now, listen, I don't mind Gordon going up top, being a busybody and all that. That's fine. Because you've still got players around him that can do something. We saw that with Harvey Barnes. But when you can't hold on to the ball, when the ball is released to you, when you can't do the simple part that a job in the Premier League you would ask for, a Premier League player, an international player could do, then I'm sorry, you've got to start questioning what's going on. And that's what I said. For me, there should have been changes in the first half, not wait till the 70th minute to make a change. Go and make a change during the first half, even if it's, like I say, changing positions, trying to get some balance on the team. That team was shocking today. And I don't know who is to blame, because I think everybody's to blame. You can't just narrow one person.
We're going to throw the phone number out there in just a second. We want to get the lads to have their say, and then we're going to have fans, of course, jump in, call in, and have their views out there. Mighty Win, how do you want to defend this crap?
No, well, I'm safe as houses today, because everybody says as long as he makes changes, we'll not be complaining. So that's what he's doing, and that's the result. Instead of putting all your meat on the grill and going for the win, which is what I want.
You're out your mind, man.
But that's bye. So bad. I'm in for an easy ride. There's nobody going to give me a hard time. But what I would say is that first half, 23%, 73% were winning. Second half, 51%, 49% in Newcastle, and we're getting beat in terms of possession.
Stats, honestly, in that game tell you absolutely nothing.
So, no, because Gary summed it up, and we said it throughout the whole game. When you've got players who can't pass a 5-yard ball to their own shirts, you're going to be in trouble, big trouble. And that's what we ended up being in.
Yeah, you can't bring up stats in this game. This game is dross. It was bad. It was really bad. I don't know. I told myself yesterday driving home, I don't think I'll be upset if we lose. And then I thought myself, well, it's about the way we lose. And again, Newcastle United will surpass any expectations you have as far as losing is concerned. They will make it so clear and evident that they were going to lose this game by how we played and some changes as well. You wait until 70-something minutes to bring Voltemada in when Gordon had 70-plus minutes of absolutely doing nothing. He was absolutely doing nothing on the pitch. And you wait until the 70th minute plus. No, that is a nonsensical thing to say. An assist that he tried to score the goal, and it bounced off somebody else's leg and it got to him. So it makes the fact that you're trying to take the pee out of everybody here, and waste everybody's time by saying that he got an assist when he clearly was an irrelevant player playing with 10 on the pitch. Willock, in my opinion, didn't do anything other than had a great run and could have had an assist. That Gordon again. He couldn't just simply shoot. He's there to shoot. He couldn't do that. So, but other than that, he had a bad game. So, okay, Andrew, go on and have your say. What do you think?
Win can't argue with. Last 3 away games, what's the constant that we've done? We've went ahead in games and lost them. Now, who's to blame for that?
Well,
Brentford, West Ham, and today. What's the common denominator? We go ahead in the game, we get the ascendancy in the game. And what do you need to do when you go ahead in a game? Control the game. Make the game, you are in control, you dictate the pace, you dictate how the game goes, and we can't simply do it. There's meant to be world-class players in that team. I never seen a top-class player there today. Sorry, nobody showed their class today. Some players did well. Thiaw, for example, in moments did really well with his blocks, whatnot, but no one really showed themselves to be able to take the game by the scruff of the neck and say, do you know what it is? I'm going to cut the curtains here and say, look, we're not going to carry on like we have done for the last couple of games. We're actually going to get a result away from home. No one looked confident in that team that we were going to hold on.
Yeah, no. Listen, you can, we're going to give Boki his say, and you can have your say. Everybody, the phone line is open for everyone to have their opinion out there. The phone number is 0191-916-8864, UK number. So only UK residents will be able to call in, of course. Have your say, and briefly, of course, because I'm sure we'll have a few call in. But yeah, Boki, what do you make of this?
Firstly, can you hear us okay?
Yeah,
we can hear you. Okay.
Sean May has been offline for some reason, and the mic
muted.
Yeah, oh, that's fine.
Same for yeah. Go on, mate.
Firstly, congratulations to Eddie Howe. I think on making making changes to the would all ask for it.
Oh.
So you can't call him out for that when he's done it and it's went wrong. The only thing you can call him out for now is the in-game management again. We all sat and watched that game, and the substitutions and the way we went in the second half was just downhill. Basically, we didn't seem to have a clue what we were doing.
No argument here, kid. No argument here at all.
But the one good thing is he has rested some players, so we've got some fresh players for Everton at the weekend. So, as I said yesterday, this is a game that if you were going to lose one of them, this was the one you wanted to lose. But it really, really makes now, because he's made them changes tonight, it really means we'll have to win at Everton.
Yeah. We got Tiger in the phone line. Tiger, watch your mouth. But of course, have your opinion as you would normally do. What is your take on the game?
How's it going, guys? You all good?
We're doing good, mate.
You all right, Tiger?
Yeah, I'm good. Listen, that was a disgrace tonight, man. Like, how are we scoring in the 6th minute and then sitting back for the rest of the first half, and in the second half they scored 2 goals, and like we just looked clueless in the second half. Like, I'm sorry, but like all you guys were saying, oh, we're back after the City game. But listen, you lot all get too excited, in a one-off game. We need to stay humble as a fan base. And look at today. This is the 3rd game, away game, where we've scored first and we've lost the game. I'm sorry, it's not acceptable. How's away form alone is a sackable offence? And like, Gordon, oh my God. Okay, firstly, Gordon, we all say, oh, Howard's learning. Well, he ain't learning, because we all know that Gordon's not a number 9, but he still puts him there for some reason, right? Pope, what was he doing, running out all the way there? Honestly, and then Burn just, he's never going to drop Burn, so let's just give up on that one. Aubameyang, we made him look like prime Aubameyang like 10 years ago. We made Welbeck look like prime Drogba about a month ago. Like, when is it going to end? Honestly, the home form, brilliant. Yeah, that's all good. But the away form is shocking, guys. We need to wake up. It's not good enough.
Yeah. Well,
Can't argue with that.
Can't argue with that. I mean, you very eloquently put out your statement. Go on, finish. Sorry.
And finally, thank you for the memories, Hal, but it's time to go now. We need someone better in. We need someone better, and you think we're going to go to Everton and get something there? Sure, yeah, surely not. And the last thing is, why is he not playing Botman? He didn't start him against City. Surely he should have started today. I don't get. That's the one thing I don't get with Howe and Botman. Like, what's the agenda against Botman? Because a couple of seasons ago we were saying couple of seasons ago, we were saying he's the best defender that we've had in the club for like since Woodgate. But now he doesn't even
couple
rate
of seasons
him.
ago, he hadn't been
Come
injured.
on, man. Honestly, something. Yeah, Wayne, you need to shut it tonight as well. Yeah, you need to be quiet. Yeah, put him in jail, Chris. Put him in jail.
Hey, well,
Yeah.
listen, might need to put him in jail.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, for what? Do you have any issue with what he said, Win? You have any issue with Tiger here, the caller is saying? You know, I mean, there's nothing you can argue against.
It's standard practice.
But
Win. How gets a reprieve? Will get beat.
Yeah, but Win. Hold on, Win. Hold on. This is not the first. This whole season, we give up leads. How can that be acceptable to you? How can you go against Tiger for having that opinion that he's seen enough?
There's nobody saying it's acceptable. I don't think it's acceptable either.
But at some point you're gonna have to do something.
It's not a reason for Howe to be sacked right now.
So what should happen then? Because we want to know what should happen. Something's got to give, or just keep doing the same thing and hoping that's
why has something got to give? We've been we've been beaten
here we go.
away off Marseille.
Oh, Win, man. Oh, man.
Come on, man. Win. You can't do that, man.
I can't do that. I'm doing it.
What else? Oh, sorry. What else we're going to do to turn things around? What else can we do to turn things around with the away form?
Well, the players have got to start learning how to pass the ball 5 yards.
But
it can't just be all about
away from home.
2-1, were you?
Okay. Well, Tiger, thank you very much for calling us, man. Appreciate it. Hold on.
By the way, Nick Pope has got to go.
No doubt about it. Well, we're going to get into that.
I agree with you on that one.
I was going to tell you, Tiger, you missed out on that point when you very eloquently, all the way from London. You haven't had your curry yet, probably, but you will after this, I'm sure. Make sure it's mild, though. Don't eat hot stuff, man. That's not good for you, man. They're going to give you heartburn and all that stuff. You don't need none of that. So, Tiger, appreciate your calling us, mate. Thank you very much. Give us a shout on the next one. Cheers, mate. People calling right now. We got a lot of missed calls, so give us a call. Have your say. 0191-916-8864. Steve, what's your take on the game? What do you make of it?
Deserved loss. Got battered pillar to post for.
To be fair, you said it in the chat. If we play like this, we're going to lose the game. You said that.
Yeah, and I've said, and Andy will back me up on this. When we got the Champions League draw, I said Marseille away, probably a loss, because our strengths are something they can cope with, and their strengths are something we struggled to cope with. We played the game on their terms, despite scoring first. We actually started the game good, and that's not been a theme of some of our games. Some of the first half starts have been awful. But we started the game just like Brentford, just like West Ham, all that.
You said that. And I said, we got a new caller in here. Hello, how's it going?
Hi, it's Jordan.
Jordan May, how you doing, brother? Well, I mean, we're knackered right now, Jordan. So you better not be happy clapping, man. But we are knackered right now.
I'm not happy.
Oh, you better not be, man, because this was a gross performance. What do you make?
I'm not happy with that performance at all.
What do you make of the game, mate?
I mean, terrible.
Yeah. I mean,
God, we beat T at the weekend, and we're playing like that. I don't think something needs to be done.
Something's got to give. I mean, we go up and down so bad, man. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. I mean, at the end when they score the goal, I didn't know what to say no more because I don't know how we do it.
Yeah.
Are you confident for Everton, Jordan?
Is that Andrew by any chance?
Yeah, hello.
It is.
All right.
Yeah, that's Andy.
Are you all right, Andy?
Good lad. Nice. I wish you could see
I mean,
we're knackered for Everton, man.
I don't know, to be honest, because Everton are a good side.
Yeah, I mean, it's
sometimes. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not confident either, Paul.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's I mean, who do you think? Who do you believe? If there's somebody you need to blame for this game, who would it be?
I'm sorry, I know I do like him, but Eddie.
It's got to be.
There you go. Win, you got something to say to Jordan, man?
Oh, it's an easy finger to point it there. Easy finger to point.
But did he make it easy? Did he make it easy for himself, or is he just unjustly being blamed for what's going on in the tournament?
In-game management yet again.
To be honest.
That's right.
A virgin on a non-existent, I would say.
Well, I mean, making a change at the Walter Mata 70th minute, I mean, it makes no sense. Gordon is absolutely.
First touch.
Yeah. Gordon, thank you for calling us, mate. Appreciate you giving us a shout every game, man. Appreciate that, mate. Hopefully the next one is a better one because I don't know. We got a lot of back calls, man. So give us a shout. Sorry, Steve, you were saying?
No, so I was saying I was talking about Andy when the draw came out. Like I said, another call.
Yeah, well, man, people are calling left and right, man. I'm telling you, people want to have their say. How's it going? Good. I don't know. Wherever. Good morning. I was about to say good morning. How are you? What's your name?
My name's Ryan, and I'm calling from Belfast.
Belfast. Yeah. What's up, Ryan? How you doing, brother?
Nice.
What you gotta say, man? 'Cause we're knackered tonight.
So I'd have to say, if 20 seconds went by in the second half and Nick Pope didn't run out, we probably could have held on and at least maybe get one more goal. But that pendulum shift completely destroyed the game.
Right. Yeah, but he shouldn't have been out. He shouldn't have.
That's what I'm saying. If he didn't run out, we could have held on.
Chow was yelling at him like, "Get your ass back in there, man! What are you trying to do?" You know,
if you go back and look at Chow's face, that encapsulates the entire feeling of that match.
Yeah, Chow really had to go with Pope.
Looking at him.
The communication was poor the entire game between back line, midfield. The communication.
But hold on. But Steve, you don't need no communication, man. Pope shouldn't have been out. Yeah, sometimes you just don't need to communicate. It's common sense. You see your defender. Yeah, go on.
The worry with that one was, Chris. I went for a quick pee at halftime. Lee rang us, and I'm coming downstairs, and he's going, "Yo, man, we're gonna score. We're gonna score another one." I says, "I'm telling you now, mate. If they get a goal early, they'll get another one straight afterwards because their crowd will get straight back at it." By the time I sat down, Pope was running out, and by the time I was halfway through texting Lee saying, "I told you so," they'd scored again.
Yeah.
You just knew in that atmosphere. Eddie spoke about it at the press conference how we had to nullify the effect of the crowd and make it work for us. For me, it was a case we did the exact opposite there. The worst opportunity that you can give that crowd to get into the game is either straight from kickoff or straight from the second half, because they're just going to be on you straight away as soon as they get a goal. And
the adrenaline that gives the home team. Yeah.
Well, let me get Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. Last thoughts, man. I mean, how do we fix this? You know, it's going to Everton.
Everyone was saying to shift Pope. I can honestly see that he should be shifted at least for one game. Give Ramsdale a go, but just that. How many mistakes are we going to let Pope do? Like, do we not remember the cup semi-final, Liverpool? Like every other time when we need Pope not to do something, he does something. Like you can't write it. You can't write it at all.
Well, hey, that's it. You know, because everybody keeps saying about he saves this, he saves that, but you know, it's really irrelevant when he's going to cost you the game.
He did in the first half, by the way. Which he did in the first half.
He saved you one time, one good save. But I mean, he's there to save. He's not there to not to.
He's there to save. He's there to save the chances that we're sitting on the edge of our seat going, oh yeah, maybe they're going to score here, and he stops it and we're all loving him. But it's the constant little, out of a million seconds of a match, he'll just run out, do something crazy, and it will cost us. And it's like, as soon as that cost happens, that stadium was rocking as soon as that goal went in. So as soon as that goal went in, pendulum shifted. We needed to either equalise immediately or it was done. And because of Aubameyang, it was done.
Yeah. I mean that.
I'm not going to say I told you. I'm not going to say I told you so, but when Pope made that save from Aubameyang, I says, listen, we all know that he's a great shot stopper, but it's what he costs us in other aspects that is why he shouldn't be playing.
But what does he face more than? Does he face more opportunity to run out off his line, or does he face more shots on a per game basis? That's the argument, isn't it?
No, but nowadays that part you got to be able to,
I'm not defending him, Chris. I would drop him as well. But what I'm saying is that the Eddie Howe argument will be he's going to be asked to save a shot more regularly than he is to come off his line like that. He's made.
But I'm not just talking about coming off his line, though, Andy, in that sort of situation. I'm talking about his general distribution and footwork.
But to be fair, we're all sitting here thinking Ramsdale wouldn't save them shots. He would 99% of them.
Well, I'm not saying that.
99% of the shots that come into Pope, Ramsdale would save as well.
Yeah, agreed.
So you know what you're losing with Pope, distribution-wise, isn't just about what he gives us shot stopping, because Ramsdale...
And yet, again today, though, he won lovely throw out to the left wing, which should have come to more, by the way, if we could put 2 5-yard passes together.
$64 million question is we don't know what Ramsdale can give us on a regular basis because he's never been given the opportunity.
Yeah, but you're never going to know. So
I think we're going to know now.
Third highest paid goalkeeper in the Premier League, by the way, Ramsdale.
Corey Carter, thank you for the super chats. Better make Ramsdale permanent after that rubbish. Phone in, have your say. 019168864. Thank you, Ryan, for calling us just a minute ago from Belfast. I was going to ask him if leprechauns exist over there, but he didn't. We lost the call. So
they play in a black and white shirt, mate. They've been in France tonight.
Oh, there you go. Paul Morris, the better team won. Nothing else to add.
Yes.
But that's an easy cop out for the happy clappers, though. But the happy clappers don't want to have. They don't want to have a. Hold on. The happy clappers don't want to have a conversation. They want to just say, "Oh, bad game. Let's go home and take our bowl," type of thing. No, we got to have that conversation.
Oh.
Because there are players tonight that cannot play again for a long time.
Gary hit the nail on the head at halftime. He said, "This team is not a Barcelona or a whoever, Juve. They didn't play you off the park in the first half, even though they had 60% possession or 70% possession of the ball. We were quite comfortable sitting in. What they did do is they gave us lack of respect in the second half. They just went, what it is, we're gonna have a go at you, and we didn't give them the respect that they were due." And
what happened in the second half was their first attack.
I get that way. The momentum,
and then all of a sudden the momentum shifts. Tails are up.
So we got Waza now. We got Win has gotten his reinforcements because he got naught to say this whole show. So Warren is coming in to defend him. Warren, welcome, mate, and lovely to have you on. What you got to say about this wonderful performance tonight?
Well, it was certainly wonderful, but Strasbourg, get a bit of your pizza, mate. No, I'm obviously disappointed, but Mr. Grimstyle, no, Mr. Ramstyle, can you help us out? In the back, we need Rams, we need them in. You know what I mean? Because that was a bit of a liability, like him running.
Yeah.
But I tell you the difference tonight, right? And this has just been like me, being like sort of like trying to take a positive, but I think it was just a pure case of like they had a striker and we didn't.
Well, whose fault is that?
Because Aubameyang just was pure class. He's an old man in a young man's suit.
Yeah, but
he just knows what to do. You know. Yeah,
that's fine. But whose fault is that we didn't have a striker tonight?
Well, see, I'm on two sides here because everybody's crying for, make changes and all that. We've got 2 games, we've got 4 games, and 2 weeks, and all this crap.
We have.
What do? you know what I mean? But the devil,
Cheers,
you know, it's like, I just think maybe he should have just played the strongest team.
Yeah, but
and then
okay, so
you know, like I put Walter in, and you know what I mean, and just made it the strongest possible team because they got the evidence as soon as they scored, it was like because we could have killed them off, but we're trying to be clever and trying to sit back and stuff.
What was that?
What was that? Do you honestly think would try?
What is that, man?
Said, would try to
David Beckham. What is this? David Beckham. All of you are fighting to talk to, man. How wait, man? One at a time. But Mighty Wayne.
I'm saying he's saying we tried to sit back, and I don't think we tried to sit back. I think we were forced back.
Yeah.
And when we got the ball, we couldn't keep it, and we were giving it back to them. In our third, constantly in our third.
Yes.
It's the shape of the team, though.
Because they were pressing.
The thing is, I mean, we know they're quick ball merchants, you know what I mean? And it was just, we should have just cut them up best we could, and we didn't. And they got some lucky breaks in all, mind.
Yeah, man, but you can't, we can't, it's not enough, Warren. It's not enough, man. We can't count on that. A lot of people.
Do you know what it is, Chris? I'm not being funny, right? But I didn't think it was as bad a defeat as what you make out, and everybody's like going.
Well, I don't make it out. You're talking about the 300 out watching right now.
No, I didn't think. I think. Do you know when you look at it though? You know what I mean? They've got a massive stadium. They're doing well.
Here we go. The stadium.
And I think it didn't call me a happy clapper by the way. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, okay, you know what I mean? We started well, and it's a game. A game can change on a sixpence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly.
Yeah. Well, listen. Boki wants to have a conversation with you because you've been going at him in the live chat.
Boki,
so
who's he?
He's your biggest nemesis. He's your biggest nemesis, man. Boki, go on.
Just a quick question was that
Boki 9 buttons. Aye, okay, no one. Bring it on.
Go on, Boki.
What do you think Eddie can do to turn around the away form? What changes or what can he do to change the away form?
Ooh, look at Boki putting it on other people's toes. Well, I just, when I think about it, he can only do what he can with the squad he's got, and if you play the, your full squad, as it is. I mean, we didn't have like Hall and Tino.
Well, we did. You just switched them.
Well, in bits, you know what I mean. But I'm on about together, as in a team.
Yeah.
I think obviously look at every result, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, we shall.
I'm not putting it out because we have got a good squad. Chow is mint.
We will have to see about that. We will have to see what happens. What happens with that? Warren, we have to. A lot of people trying. Hold on. A lot of people trying to call though, so we got to let Warren go. Warren, appreciate you calling in, man. And
I just thought I'd just hide me too, Preston. You know what I mean?
And that's what
help me, Darut.
And that's what this is about.
He's looking a bit shy there.
And that's what this is about.
I don't like Boki picking on him. You know what I mean? Boki, you're a horrible man, you.
But this is what it's all about. Thank you very much for calling, Warren. Appreciate that, mate.
Cheers, what's up?
See you later, buddy.
Cheers, what's up, mate?
See you later, mate.
That was Warren. Give us a call. A lot of people calling, man. Boy, I get this notification. Trying to call. My goodness. A lot of people wanted to have their say. 01916-8864. Have your say. And some people calling. I see international phone number, so you can call. It might be charged if you're outside of the UK though. So if you're in the UK, you should be good. You are good actually. So give us a call and have your say. We're waiting on Roy to get to his final destination because he's like he never stops driving. But we want you. How far are you from home right now, mate? We want you to have proper audio, man, because your car audio.
I wanna go and get a sandwich first.
Listen, I envy that. But give me a your quick. What do you make of the game so far? Or so far? I mean, it's already done.
Another game that you go 1-0 up, and then we lose. It's a pattern. So there's only one person to blame. It's Eddie. And I don't agree with anyone who says that's only happening away, because it happened at home against Fulham.
It's happened at home,
last season. And we almost lost this game against Fulham this season the same way, but luckily Usula got us out of this shit. The last game.
You know, but it's, we can't curse now. We can't curse. Before you continue, Pump Max asking if he can call Google Voice and all the apps. Of course, yeah, you can call via that over the internet, of course. So you should be able to call and have your say. All right, finish your point, mate.
I don't think Marseille are better than us at all.
No way.
I'm taking their squad over ours for the most part. I'll be honest.
Two clumsy teams, man. Two clumsy teams tonight.
Absolutely awful.
You know?
Yeah, they're not good. They are not a good team.
Yeah.
They play a system. They play a system that when you allow them to play it, they look good. And to be fair, any team, if you're allowed to play, are going to be well beaters. We didn't chat. Let me just put this up really quickly, Chris.
Quickly, because we got to get the callers.
Yeah, I know. This is their system of play. This is their passing system, right? Now, I always say, if you've got to control the midfield, you can see what their system was. They play a high line. We spoke about it before we started the match. Eddie Howe should have known this, and he should have set his squad up to beat that high line. And when you look at now look at this. There's Bruno on his own in the middle of the park. How the hell can you compete in the middle of the park with what they're throwing at you? It is absolutely criminal of what's been done by Eddie Howe and the team.
What's criminal is this phone line is chocker, as the mighty wind would say. So we got to get to the phone line immediately, folks. Olusula, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Says we shouldn't have lost, but it's good to see a rotated team still holds their own. The word is qualification, and we'll still have a good chance. What other super chats we got before we get to the next caller here? Super Sam says half crap attempt to win a game. Disgusting. That's the second one. Thank you, Gary H, for the super sticker. Thank you, Connor, for the super chat as well, mate. We got that sorted. What? That's the only one from Sam. What are you talking about? Here's Wayne trying to deviate from speaking what we need to speak about. How you doing, mate? Welcome.
I'm good. How are you lads doing?
We're doing doing as good as we can. What's your name?
My name's Sean.
Sean.
Hi,
and where are you calling from, mate?
What's up, Sean?
From Ireland, lad.
From Ireland?
Coming thick and
From where? From Ireland?
From Ireland, they're coming thick and fast out of the water.
But are you from the proper Ireland or the Republic of Ireland?
Republic.
The proper Ireland is the Republic.
Lovely, mate. Listen, no, but I support the ones that are in the UK still, man. But no, I'm playing with you. So what do you make of the game?
Honestly, disgusting to watch, lad. I don't know what else to say. Like this whole season, to be honest with you, it's been disgusting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, like honestly, I think I know Wynn has love affair going on with Eddie Howe, but like, man, that's responsible for this, like, you know. I don't think he's brought players in that don't suit the style that he wants to play anymore. Like he's brought Alanga in like now. And he wants to keep Pope in. He wants to keep Joel J7 in and still play possession football. Like that doesn't work. Like in no world is that ever going to work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you see again, Pope cost us today again. Like, you know, and this is going to continue happening because he doesn't have, as Chris would say, the cojones to make the big calls. You know what I mean? Like to take out Joe Linton, to take out Pope, and put the players in that you've bought. Like you need to back these players that you've paid the money for. Like. I think it's that simple, like, you know, I don't know what's going on. Like, I think for me, he's been found out as a very average coach. He's lost Isaac, who was his bagsman, and now he's been found out as a very average sort of manager. Like, He's been making comical calls. His in-game management is an absolute disgrace. Like, you know, he's went around Europe learning from supposedly the best after he was sacked from Bournemouth, and you wouldn't be able to tell like that he's actually been learning anything. Like
Sean,
where's the proof in that?
Sean, would you agree that a lot of people always say that the Newcastle identity is, you know, their intensity? In the first 10, 15 minutes, we've seen the intensity, we've seen the identity, we got the goal, and then we just capitulated. And when we don't have that intensity, we don't have that identity, Eddie's found wanting, really, and the team seemed to follow suit.
Yep.
But that's my issue is the whole playing style. Like it's all good and well having intensity when you're playing a game once a week, like, but you don't like. You see, Klopp did that, right? He was that type of rock and roll sort of playing style, that intensity playing style, and you saw how well he managed to do that. Like he barely won. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's possession football that it's like, or Real Madrid who are like a one-off team. Like, but if he wants to move to this possession-based football, like, you know, you can't be playing Gordon, right? You know what I mean? You can't have these athletes. Like, he wants to have it both ways. He wants to have these athletes and he wants to play possession football, which is never going to work, like. It won't ever work, like. You need to pick a lane.
When you got something to say to my Irish friend, man?
I think he's spot on.
Mm-hmm.
He's spot on. He's been going at you the whole time, man, telling you how you got this love affair
He
with Eddie Howe.
hasn't been going at me at all.
So you do have a love affair with Byrne and Howe? Oh, I didn't know it was confirmed.
No. He's been having a go at Howe, and he's right to do so under the current circumstances.
Yeah, well, of course. But this just didn't happen today, by the way, Win. You know that, right? You realize that? It's been going on all season.
What he's saying is absolutely correct. That Eddie's style is intensity is our identity. That's what he's saying. And that's the only way you can play. And what I'm saying is that's the only way I want to play.
You can't do
okay, but then you're going to have stuff happen like today where De Zerbi, who has switched up, I watch a lot of Marseille games, he switched up his tactics for certain games, particularly against Paris Saint-Germain at home. We beat 1-0. They were comfortable off the ball. They've shown adaptation. De Zerbi this year and last year for Marseille has shown a lot of adaptation. Yeah. They've had a purpose for him. And Howe,
I think Howe has lost his way when he's tried to change the way he plays.
But you know why he changes? Because that's what the best managers do. Pep doesn't do the same
that's the point that I'm getting at as well. Like, you can't
philosophy every year.
Go on, Sean. Finish your point, Sean.
Go on. Sorry, Sean.
Yeah, that's the whole, like, I agree with Steve there. Like, that's the whole point I'm making. Like, is that intensity will only bring you so far. Like, you need to adapt and become a possession side team. I don't have an issue with that. But then he's contradicting himself when he's keeping Pope, when he's keeping Jolit in the team, and he bought in Alanga. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he wants to move to this new system, but he doesn't want to change. Like, it's a contradiction in and of itself. Like,
yeah, he doesn't.
For me, he's all over the place this season. Like, I don't know what's going on with him. Like, but for me, honestly, I give him till January. If form continues till January, he has to be gone.
So do I.
We have to move on. Like, for me, you can't have a leader who's never done it and is learning on the job. Like, no, you can't hire a manager who's never managed before. Like, he's never managed at this level before. Like, he's learning as we go. Like, and we're gonna continue to have this instability, ups and downs as we go. Like, we're gonna be next 5 years. He's still gonna be learning. Like, you know what I mean? We're never gonna be successful like this.
You got a good point there.
City literally got rid of their managers, like, because Pep was available, like, because he was a top manager. Like, you have to do it. Like, we have to bring in a top manager who's been there, done it, who has the badges. Like, it's as simple as that for me. Like,
Sean,
nothing against Eddie Howe. Like, thank you for everything. But, you know what I mean? Like,
call, Sean. Get in, Sean. Great call. Great, sensible. You know, you're looking at all the facts and doing a good job. You're not being delusional, saying Eddie Howe in no matter what. You know, he's the greatest ever. No. You very critical thinking. I love that. But we're gonna have to let you go because we got a lot of people trying to call in. But thank you very much, mate. Call us anytime, please, man. Call us anytime, all the way. What place in Ireland are you from? Belfast?
Dublin.
Not Dublin.
He's from the Republic of Ireland.
I'm trying to take the people. Hey, man, you don't want to come back to the dark side? Come back to the UK, man. You know, we'll give you proper
Chris, you're gonna start another.
No. We're gonna start out. That's another problem they have. But anyway, mate, appreciate it, man. All the way in Dublin. Do first of all, before you go, do leprechauns exist over there?
Of course they do, man. You have to come over.
There you go, man. There you go. Lucky Charms, man. Appreciate you, Sean. Thank you for Call us again, all right?
Thank you, Sean.
Cheers, man. That was Sean right there. Have your say, ladies and gents. 0191-916-8864. Boki, you've been off for quiet. You're knackered, probably, man. You gave up on the show, man. You're trying to
getting overtime for this.
It's just nice having able that people to argue a win. To be honest,
that's right.
It's lovely having the performance in him. But I can't. Sean was brilliant. That call was brilliant. To be honest, sort of the points.
He had enough. He's had enough, man. He's had enough, and people have enough. I mean, something's got to give. Winners like, why does something got to give? Because it does. We can't continue to perform like this, man. We're a yo-yo up and down.
Even wins flipping across now because he's beginning to agree with people when the yeah.
I've said. Sean said there he's got till January, and that's what I've said all along. Every year.
But you do a million. Defending on what is it? We got another caller, but let me think too. The super chat is Ronnie Omelette. Ronnie Omelette, go on to win. Read it, man.
Use of this squad and his game management is absolutely dreadful. Agree. Players out of position. Burn obsession. I'll disagree with. Pope. Oh my God! How many times? I agree with that.
You ain't got. Hold on. You don't have to disagree with nothing, man. It's their opinion.
Done with Pope being.
Says Super Sam.
He says Super Sam. Aaron in. And Boogie is a leprechaun, says Wazza. And finally, Olasula's back in. Thank you very much, Olasula. Come on, lads. This was the same team that outplayed... It wasn't the same team, that's the point, Olasula. This was the same team that outplayed Man City. We had a better away performance today, even though we still lost. And seconds. Well, this team will come through. It's still a work in progress.
There you go. Thank you very much, Olusula.
Can I just pick up on that quick point? How long can we keep saying that?
Go on. How come what?
How long can we keep saying this is a team in progress?
Exactly. Bulky, that's why. People say. Bulky, that's why people say it, because you can always just say it and just.
You keep on saying it, but we're gonna ask that question to the next caller here. Yeah. What's your name, buddy?
That's why.
Je suis Gary.
Is that your name, Gary?
Oui. Je suis le Happy Clapper premier.
You're a Happy Clapper? Is that what you're saying?
Le premier Happy Clapper.
What?
Is that Gazamon?
Are you Gary Moon?
No.
Of course I am.
Oh, Gary Moon is in the hose, man.
Did you say no? That's your mate.
I said no.
Come on. Well, he sounds a bit,
a bit Pakistani, Gary.
A bit slow.
Well, that was my attempt at French.
That's it's French something, but it's get
close to
get close to the phone though. Get close to the phone so we can hear you clearly, mate.
I said je suis le Happy Clapper premier.
He's trying to make a French accent, man. How? Hey, man, we got bigger fish to fry, Gary. Come on, man. We got bigger. We can't be fine. Because that's what Happy Clappers are doing right now, They're just trying to do all what they can to avoid the conversation. What is your take in the game?
Okay, well, I'll be quick then, all right? Because I know there's people waiting to get on. Right, so, apart from that tonight being the best performance I've ever seen by a Newcastle side, I've figured out that, I think now it's becoming apparent, and Saturday showed this to me, Eddie has one way of playing, and he needs the players to be in position in order to do it. And when they're not there, or there's one or two of them missing, he can't seem to adapt or compensate for it. And it all just kind of goes buns up. And this is, me, Happy Clapper, wins second in command. But I have to come round to the fact that I don't think Eddie's got an answer when he can't have it perfect the way he wants it.
Oh man!
Gary, come to the dark
Gary
side.
Gary Mon making some states going to the dark side, man. That is. Oh, there you go, Roy.
Well, listen. If he in the first 5 minutes, right, we could have been at least 2-0 up in the first 5 minutes. We were making them look like Darlington, and we scored the goal, and all of a sudden we go up to a back five and a midfield four, and one up front, and I thought to myself, what's going on here? Why don't we carry on the way we were and go and score another 2 or 3 and be 4-0 up at half time? We had them beat after 5 minutes. They couldn't live with it. And then all of a sudden, we sat back, gave them the ball and let them come up with it. And then we just did it basically for the rest of the match. And then when he's got players that are coming in and playing in positions, when players are getting the ball, team communication is all. You watch great teams, right? Players can pass the ball without even looking because they know a man's going to be there and they know where a man should be. And when we get the ball now, if it's not the team that Eddie has as his first 11, i.e. with Hall and Livramento, supporting the wingers, like on Saturday, the team looks like it just doesn't know where to pass the ball, how to pass the ball, or what to do with it when they get it. And how many times did you see tonight that a player's getting the ball, even Tonali, getting the ball at his feet, and then he's turning around looking for who to pass it to? I mean, that's how unlike him is that? So I'm not going to say blame, but I think it's glaringly obvious that
what's happening.
That is a problem. Yeah,
it is a problem.
You look on Saturday. We could have beat any team on the planet on Saturday the way they were playing.
Yeah.
But that's because Eddie's got his whole system perfectly in place. And those 2 left backs. Now, I think, personally, if you don't play Livramento and Hall, you're basically nullifying the wingers.
Let me ask you before we let you go. Let me ask you, what would you do on the weekend as far as would you put Ramsdale on? Would you punish Pope for that mistake that he made?
Well, it was a bit stupid, wasn't it? And apart from that, it's a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
What he was doing that far out his goal, he had no call to be there, basically. He had no call to be there. So you got to say, yep, that was a calamitous error. And for somebody of his standing, he wants to be in the England squad.
Oh, that's
and then he comes out and does something like that.
That just went out the window, I think.
That's the one, that guy.
I don't think he's getting in the Seychelles.
No.
Anyway, guys, we'll be in the Bulls on Thursday afternoon.
I think.
There you go. There you go. Win trying. See you, mate.
Busy on Thursday.
We'll be having the happy clappers Christmas party.
Anyway, all right?
Yeah, you guys need to get together and come up with some new ammunition because you're running out of bullets right now. But anyways, Gary, thank you for calling, mate. Appreciate it.
Listen, if somebody's going to keep selling with dodgy bullets, mate, what do you expect me to do?
Hey, do your thing. Although he's like the sound of one hand clapping, just like that, because he's almost on the dark side. He's not.
I've got one hand in my pocket. I've got one hand in my pocket.
All right, Gary. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate your calls, mate.
See you guys. Ta-ra, mate.
That was Gary Mon there. People keep trying to call. Hey, listen, have your say. 0191-916-8864. You can call us and have your say. I mean, where do we go from here, lads?
So me and Steve were talking just after the Man City game, and we both agreed. I think the result flattered us slightly against Man City because I don't think Man City are quite where we think they are. It's just been proved tonight. They've just getting beat off a decent Leverkusen side. But if you look at the league table in Bundesliga, and I've been watching the Bundesliga this whole season, they are second, but they're inconsistent as well with their results. You wouldn't have expected Man City to go there and get beat by 2 at home.
No, they lost at the Etihad. Leverkusen had 15 first-team players available, by the way. 15.
So this is why I still expected us to have a difficult game today, because I thought we papered over the cracks a little bit at the weekend. There was moments where when Haaland had the chance early on, Pope hasn't saved that. It's hit him. Let's be honest. It's hit him. So today it wasn't a massive surprise when we could pixelate it, because ultimately...
No, not at all.
Gary said before something about questions, the caller saying when he's been asked the same question for the last 6-7 weeks. How do we keep staying games? Keep the ball. The question's been answered every time we're getting beat, and we still haven't got an answer for it.
No, but the simple question you have to ask anybody that's played football or been involved in football is, how do you get players played out of position to perform? Because the pressure on them is phenomenal at that level. This ain't Sunday League football, guys. This is Champions League football. And yet you're playing players out of position in a formation that they're not used to, because Eddie Howe doesn't change formation enough for the lads to be used to playing. And when you get one player who's sat in the middle of the park and everybody else is running away from him because what they're trying to do is get the other side of their midfield push, but you can't pass the ball. It is absolutely criminal to expect players on this amount of money not to be able to pass a through ball 20 yards to somebody in the same colours. And to me, if we'd have gone out and lost today to a team that I thought were much better, and like I said, I know you watched them a lot, Steve. I've watched them a little bit in highlights to sort out what I need to do for the shows. And I haven't seen a great team, mate. I've seen a lot of luck.
No,
I've seen a lot of effort. Today. And I've seen a lot of very poor teams faced by Marseille. You're absolutely right. De Zerbi is changing the way Marseille play. And he does have a tweak. And I said at the start, you could see as many as 6 players up top during today. I mean, their centre-back going forward, running deep into our half. They've got freedom. Yeah, they've got freedom all the way.
I think the point to make, Gary, you need to make that many.
One at a time, folks. One at a time. We got a caller waiting. Boki, go on and say.
Did he need to make that many changes, as you say, and play that many players out of position? He didn't really. He chose to do that in that game. So, I think if we're calling that out, then the fault with that lies at one door, and that's Eddie Howe's.
Well, I've just looked at all of the questions that Eddie Howe has faced and the answers that he's given, mate. I'm sat here with my mouth open. I really am.
Well, I mean, but we already we kind of that happens. That happens all the time, by the way. So it's nothing new. We just got to get used to it. I guess that Eddie Howe is not realistic in this thought. We got a caller here. How you doing, mate? What's your name?
That's fine. So hello, is it Marcel? Marcel.
What's your name? Who are you?
Marcel.
Marcel.
Bonjour, Marcel.
Are you? Is that Warren?
No, it's Marcel.
Marcel.
Marcel. I think the French are...
I think the closer.
What do you have to say about the game, mate?
It was a Marcel from Marseille.
Boki is happy.
Boki est cochon.
Boki is happy.
I think Marcel come over in the boat.
I think Mighty Win is the best. He's the best commentator.
There you go.
Mighty Win, the meilleur.
And I think Roy eat too many sandwiches.
Marcelo, you're from Barcelona.
No, Chicky Bookie, you little chuppy. Hey, you shut up your face a little bit, Mr. Bookie.
Mr. Bookie, you're chucking out. You're tying up the line, man. You can't. Anyway,
I'm sorry. You know what I mean. I just had to come on and to tell him he's a cheeky little Bookie.
You've gone into Italian now.
He wants a slappy on the fishy.
All right, Warren. Cheers, man. We'll get you on next time. All right. Have a good one, buddy.
See you later, Walker.
See you later, buddy. Well, there you go. Warren trying to lighten up the mood, man. Lighten up the mood. We're coming to the end of the show, though.
Guys, I've got to go in jail.
Who's put you in jail?
Yano's put me in jail, guys.
Wow.
Why is that?
Apparently, it's Marseille, not Marseille, as I keep calling it.
There you go.
Marseille, but you know.
Marseille.
Well, a sail to a win today. Never mind how else.
I'm going to say, yeah. Absolutely.
Anyway, folks, last thoughts about the game. Get your last thoughts.
Right.
Thank you to all the callers, by the way. But I mean, I guess, yeah, give us your last thoughts from the Roy. Let me get your last thoughts since you haven't been. But we're gonna get you on tomorrow in the late night show anyway.
My last thought would be a question to everyone. If you are PIF, what would you do now?
Be looking at a new manager.
Yeah. This is if I was PIF, Eddie will be gone in 24 hours.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
joking.
it's inconsistent.
Oh, hang on. This is the same Roy who said last
hold on.
night.
Hey, listen.
As long as
we're
he
gonna
makes
get into
changes,
that.
I'll not be calling for his head.
Hold on, though. That's up for tomorrow's debate. Late night show. Tune in every day almost. So right now, everybody's got their final say. So you done? That's the question. Okay, Roy. Roy. Steve. Last thought.
My main reason is same mistakes, copy paste, and he doesn't learn, and it's happening again and again.
And it goes again.
Steve. Last thought.
Go on, Andy.
So the identity. When I say that, I don't just mean
muted, man.
the running ability. I also mean in a sense. 2 seconds.
Steve, you go first. I'm calling the shots here. You go first.
All right, so final thoughts. We got outclassed pretty much the entire game. Great start, but we did everything worse than them. The manager, De Zerbi, did everything better than Howe, starting with the starting 11. Their midfield was better. Their defenders were better. Their forwards were better. Simple. And we got battered pillar to post for the majority of that game. And as soon as it went 2-1, I messaged Andy and I said, we have folded. It's pretty much done because we've all seen this before, guys. And so this is why when people ask for Eddie Howe to be sacked, it's reasons like this. I should not be able to tell, oh, we've folded. It's game over, basically. And what did we do after Marseille scored the second goal? What did we really do? They had more chances than us.
Steve, do you agree?
Yeah.
They dictated.
Steve,
They we played the game on their terms. We moved where they wanted us to move. We had no control of the game outside of the first 5 minutes. We were reacting to everything, and they were proactive. Simple. They had better forwards. Their midfield was great. They brought on O'Reilly to short things up. It was a great move, even though Bacola had a hell of a game for them. They just did everything right, and they did everything better than us. And they were at their ground. You're not going to win games in the Champions League if you do that.
Would you agree, Steve, that the only team...
Bookie, what do you make of the game, lastly?
Obviously, Chris doesn't want me to say no, so I'm just going to shut up.
Nothing.
For me,
Crickets.
Yeah. For me, I said last night I wouldn't call Eddie Howe out if he made changes, so I'm not going to do that. We'd all thought he had to make changes for this game, apart from the mighty win. But it didn't work. I don't necessarily agree with the changes he made, but at least he made a choice to make them. And I think the big game now is Everton. I said that before the match, and I'll say it now. I I think most will agree that the Everton game was the big one. So as long as he's done these changes to make sure we win at Everton, I can forgive him for this result. But if we lose at Everton as well, he is in mega trouble.
Or a draw. A draw isn't good enough either.
No. As I say, if he doesn't win, he's in mega trouble.
Yeah. Andrew Bell.
No,
you're muted, man.
Look, there is such a consistency, Chris, appearing.
You're muted.
I can hear him.
I can hear Andy.
Oh, I can't hear him. Well,
I wondered why when I was talking before he was just ignoring us, like. But he has no, there's too many consistencies happening. Every time we have a bad result, he reverts back to basics at the start of the game. We went man for man at the start of the game. We had some success off it. We go ahead, and then we capitulate, which we've seen for the last 6 weeks, not on and off. What we do in between them moments is just not good enough. We're counting too much on narratives or little bits of luck or a knockdown and a bit of quality. And unfortunately, our quality players are just not turning up at this moment in time. So I agree. Everton, I think it's more the performance that means something to me. If we can put in a good performance and give Everton a game, and let's say if they nick one in the last minute or whatever and beat we're fair, I can live with that. But if we do what we've just done today, we gain the advantage. We look the promising team. We may not even go ahead, but then Everton hit with a sucker punch. I think that's probably his P45 in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I see your mouth stopped moving, so I guess I'm assuming you stopped talking. Mighty Win, I can't hear you. Win, what's your last take on the game?
My last take on the game is exactly what I said before the game. In my opinion, this, funny enough, Wazza said it best for me when he said, if we play like we did with that team, which is the way Eddie can play against Man City, we can beat anybody. And that includes in the Champions League. And had we played our strongest squad today and won this game, which we could have done, then we would be sitting pretty, guaranteed to go through in the Champions League, and then we can beat anybody with our best 11 and play the not best 11 in other games. Champions League is what I wanted, and Champions League I ain't going to get now.
Anyway, Gary, lastly.
I just wanted to point what Steve was just saying there about, they competed us in the middle of the field. Well, you saw the passing lines and everything else they're going to. But again, this is something that we were speaking about at the start of the show. So I can't understand why analysts and everything today don't see the way De Zerbi is playing and work a system to suit that. Now, just going again on what Steve said about they had more shots than us. That's false. We had 20 shots to their 18.
No, I said chances. They had much better looks at goal.
But that's all. That's also false. That's what I'm saying. It's something. It's statistically 9 shots on target to us, 7 for them. 5 shots off target for us, 6 for them. Block shots, 6 for us, 5 for them. Shots inside the box, 17 for us, only 14 for them. Shots outside. So that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, isn't it funny how people see games totally different? And that's what I'm saying. What we've got to look at is that game was there for us to go and win. It doesn't matter how many changes you have on a team. What you've got to do is adapt to the opposition system. Eddie Howe hadn't got an answer for the opposition by going 5 at the back and releasing the reins from midfield. You win and lose games from midfield. And when you don't control systemic play, and that's all it is, it's basic football. And what he was trying to do was play out wide and then have runs coming from the middle. And when you've only got one player to play the ball to the width, with Bruno had a really poor game today. But that was because he was probably solo. He was muscled out most of the time. But Tonali was the same. Tonali was awful. You need to bring your main players into the centre of the game, and you need them to dictate. And unfortunately, the system that Eddie Howe played today, with the personnel in the system, like I said, it failed, but we still could have got a result.
Another thing,
but I don't think that's going to be much of consolation, to be honest.
It's not.
I said
that
yesterday we should have rested Toon Army.
All right. Last, we'll go some chats here before we take off. Thank you to all everybody. Patrick says it doesn't matter if the team plays half decent, half decent keeper and gets you at least a point. Pope needs sold without second thought. Tim says he put his meat on the grill, playing both Bruno and Tonali, who looked shattered and will undoubtedly be asked to play again at the weekend. That's the problem. Jaden says, my question is, why do players like Botman, who had one bad game and get dropped, while players like Denburn, Gordon, and Pope, who play crap week in, week out, and still are in the first team lineup? Good question.
He's been
Brent
sold
says
in January.
Please.
We're gonna get to more of that tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's not Monday, is it? Tomorrow's Thursday. No, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We should. You just started the week. Well, we'll get that tomorrow anyway. We got a late night show tomorrow, early night show as well. BK, this is copy and paste of the entire season away form. This is so easy to see whose fault it is. KG says we'll lose to Everton. We'll see his bets, Gordy and Bernie, and Popey. The deluded man thinks they are a national team material. And Liquid Metal Man says Gordon is not and will never be a striker. So many miscued efforts. Willock done all right, but shouldn't start. Pope needs selling. He's a liability. Northumbrian says, Win, you need to go to Specsavers and buy a layer of proper glasses, a pair of proper glasses, and not those rose-colored ones you are wearing, says Northumbrian. MC Jono says, we need to take notes from De Zerbi's formation. Play with a front two, Voltamata and Barnes. Maybe that could be the solution. Jody up in Edinburgh. Marseille are class opposition, so how breathe, but sort this team out. Jamie, lost because of Pope, and that's it, says Jamie. Steve Gotti says Eddie Howe. The subs were shocking. Eddie Howe, the subs were shocking and far too late. There you go. I'm trying to make something out of that. Native says Boki, the 4-year-old. What? Who started that? Unbelievable. Michael, fact is, we can't handle 2 games a week. Well, that tells us that we are.
Can you read this again for the people in back? Repeat this.
Fact is, we can't handle 2 games a week.
There you go.
I don't know that's true though. I think we need somebody to set them up for 2 games a week.
True.
We need somebody that'll set them up for 2 games a week. You know why? We can have 10 strikers playing, but if you can't strike the ball and hit the target, you ain't scoring. Well, I mean, Gordon today was another game, man. Another game. He right in front of the goal to just shoot. He can't do it. Mark says, I generally think the players are losing respect for him and for his loyalty. What he sees as a virtue is working against him. Says, there you go. Tenji says, diluted win away form is a reason to be sacked, says him. Jaden, Butman got dropped after 1 bad game. Foxy, small club mentality if we blame that defeat on just Pope. We can't recover from that. That's where you have to ask, where's the leadership, the communication? Typical away performance, embarrassing. And there you go. And I think that's the whole lot. Lauren says, Hope How is clueless. Hold our own. What people were watching.
We did not hold our own.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to say thank you to Alexander Axel for becoming a member, to Corey, to Paul Morris, to Connor, to Gary, to Olasula, Super Sam, Wazza, Big Nick fan, Ronnie Omelette, and Yano Y for all the super chats and becoming a member. Thank you very much.
There you go. Last word to Andy Bell. He wants something to say. Go on.
Another thing, just in house defence slightly. We put every player at the back post on a corner. We hit the first defender. But clearly, the coaches are trying things and the players aren't helping. And then you get a free kick 22 yards out and Tonali sticks it in Spain. So let's just cut a little bit of slack at certain moments.
There you go. Whatever he said, good take, mate. I agree with you. There you go.
Chris, I've got an announcement.
Oh, don't tell us you're pregnant.
I wish. No. When you think we'll
Quickly.
make the Champions League next season?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
No?
We are not. I'll tell you in January.
Okay, I'll tell you now.
Okay,
Here's the announcement.
we'll do a show.
That's all we need.
If we make the Champions League, I'm getting an Eddie Howe tattoo.
Oh.
Proves it one.
Record it.
You're out your mind,
I swear.
I'll do
I
the same.
swear to God. I'm tell you what. If we
Well,
get
you
the
be-
Champions League next season, I'm getting Eddie Howe tattoo.
Well, that's an easy cop out. You believe in Allah. You don't believe in God.
God, Jesus, Jedi, the Sith,
Easy cop out. Go on, man.
Ja, all of them. I will get
Ja.
Eddie Howe tattoo if
On
we
my
make
arse.
the Champions League next year. I'm getting it on my leg.
Hey, you're gonna have to. That's gonna have to happen. By the way, you remember last time you said shave your head? We made you shave your beard. Actually, wasn't it? Your beard
I
wasn't
did it. Yeah, I'll do it.
And
I'll
he
do
Yeah,
it.
you did it. And he
I'm
did. There you go.
confident that we're not going to make the Champions League unless he's gone this week or next week.
There you
We're running
go.
out of games. We're running out of games.
We certainly are.
Nonsense.
Certainly are. We'll see you on the next one, folks. Join tomorrow. Early show, breakfast show, dinner show, all the shows on NUFC Talk. See you on the next one. Bye bye.